Needless to say, hypertension is a common disease. It brings endless pain to people. Now there is a way to lower blood pressure easily at home. If you are interested, you can learn about it. New research reveals that one single organ is responsible for almost all cases of high blood pressure. Contrary to what you may think, it's not the heart, the kidneys, the arteries, or any other cardiovascular organ. By addressing the one organ responsible, you can lower your blood pressure without medications, supplements, diet changes, strenuous exercises. And it doesn't matter if you're overweight, out of shape, older than the dawn of time. In fact, you can lower your blood pressure from home in an extremely pleasurable, relaxing way. Not only will you lower your blood pressure, you'll also address any damage already done to your arteries. If you are interested, please click the link below the video. You see, in 95% of cases, doctors have no idea what causes high blood pressure. Sure, they'll list some indicators, like smoking, being overweight, lack of physical activity, too much salt, excess alcohol consumption, stress, aging, genetics, poor diet, and so on, and so on. But, almost always, if pushed, they'll have to admit that they have no idea what causes high blood pressure. So, traditionally, you're pushed to treat your high blood pressure with drugs that can cause serious side effects, without anyone knowing what caused your high blood pressure in the first place. So how are they going to reverse it? As I was flipping through the pages of the Journal of Hypertension, the official journal of the American Heart Association, I stumbled across a mind-blowing study. Everyone who participated in the study had been diagnosed with chronic, untreated high blood pressure. All the researchers asked the volunteers do was sit down and slow their breathing to 6 breaths per minute. 6 inhales and 6 exhales every minute for a few minutes. Nothing else. You can do this yourself right now. Why don't you pause for a minute and as you sit still, slow down your breathing for about 10 breaths. Feels great, doesn't it? And it doesn't cost a dime. The results were breathtaking. The average blood pressure in the group dropped from 150/83 to 141/78. All it took was a few minutes of slow breathing. These were people from all walks of life. Many had long histories of genetic high blood pressure and no other treatments had successfully reduced their blood pressure. Why are these exercises so powerful? It all comes down to what we talked about in the beginning. The one organ responsible for almost all cases of high blood pressure. At this point, you've probably guessed it, right? The brain. Your brain controls everything in your body. Managing your blood pressure is one of its most challenging tasks. Nobody's blood pressure is stable throughout the day. It rocks up and down depending on activity. When you sit down, your brain tells your heart, arteries, and kidneys to lower your blood pressure. When you stand up, an immediate signal is sent to raise your blood pressure and pump more blood to your brain and muscles. Looking at a beautiful landscape or listening to relaxing music, your brain relaxes and sends out a lower blood pressure message. Fight with your spouse and a blood pressure spike message is sent, resulting in the release of truckloads of stress hormones. These blood pressure fluctuations happen thousands of times a day. The problem occurs when your brain is under stress for a longer period of time. This makes your high blood pressure chronic. What's worse, very often, you may be unaware of your high stress level, even if your body is overloaded with stress hormones. And it doesn't have to be emotional stress. You see, there are 4 different types of stress. Physical stress. Common flu causes a spike in stress hormones. So do long working hours, sleeplessness, and even intense workouts at the gym. Sensory stress. Traffic noise has been proven to raise blood pressure, as has watching too much TV. Emotional stress. The loss of a loved one, a divorce, an unhappy marriage, and money worries are a few examples of emotional stressor. Mental stress. Mental stress can put quite a strain on your brain and release stress hormones. Long-lasting, challenging work task is an example of mental stress. You can easily handle all these types of stress for short periods of time. But, if stress lasts longer, it triggers your brain to constantly order the release of stress hormones, leading to chronic high blood pressure. Also, the 4 types of stress cumulate. So if someone is sick, loses their job, and gets divorced in the same week, their level of stress hormones would greatly increase. So, what's the solution? Using mind-body exercises, you can give your brain something I call a focused break. For a few minutes, your brain is not under any kind of stress. It's like the world stands still for a moment. In this short period of time, your brain reboots, like a frozen computer. When it starts again, everything flows much more smoothly. Your brain can let go of stressful events that happened 20 years ago in minutes. This is the method proven by tons of official studies to lower blood pressure without side effects. If you are interested, please click the link below the video.